Did you know that almost 9 out of 10 millionaires didn't inherit their wealth? They had to build everything from scratch up using some powerful habits. And over the years, I tried to figure out what makes these habits so effective and started applying them myself. The result? Higher income, boost in productivity, and not having to worry about things that doesn't matter anymore. So in today's video, I want to share with you the 5 millionaires habit that completely changed my life, and you can use them too. Let's get started. Number 1, great mind. You probably heard the saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And there are many variations of this quote, and it really holds a lot of weight when you look into the research. I came across a study that echoes this idea, stating that you're the average of the 5 people you spent most of your time with. And this concept was popularized by motivational speaker Jim Roth. And it makes a lot of sense because the people you hang around with can either do two things. They can either lift you up or hold you back. But it's not just about having friends who are successful or ambitious. It's also the idea of having a mixed different type of friend. Some friends are what you call seasonal friends. They come into your life for a while and leave a lasting impact. And there are those who are what you call your close friends. They help you grow, evolve, and become a better version of yourself. So let's be real. We're all influenced by the people around us, whether we like it or not. So if you're spending most of your time with people who has no goal or not inspired, it's most likely that your motivation will take a hit as well. And it also goes back to something I said in one of my previous videos of the importance of being able to be by yourself for a very long period of time. Because you have to understand, not everyone around you share the same vision as you or is willing to make the risk or take the sacrifice to become successful. Some people are happy with a stable 9-to-5 job and they're not willing to push beyond that. So here's the big question. Are you willing to step back to spend more time with yourself, to focus on your goal, even if it means distancing yourself from friends who aren't on the same path as you? And it's tough, I know, but prioritizing your future means that you have to make these tough choices. Because one of the greatest regrets you can ever have is saying, what if? What if I took the risk and make that decision? Where would I be right now? Number 2, comfort zone. Pushing yourself out of the comfort zone regularly. So I haven't spoke about this on my YouTube channel, but starting a channel was one of the toughest things I've ever did. And when I first clicked that upload button, I was terrified. A lot of things was going through my mind. What if nobody watches my video? What if I make a mistake? What if people hate my content? So putting myself out there wasn't easy. And with every video I posted, the fear of negative feedback and the hate comment was real. And there was a time I seriously sat down and thought to myself, maybe I'm just not built for this. But here's what I've learned, right? Anything significant you want to achieve in life, you have to be willing to embrace the awkward, uncomfortable moment and the embarrassment that comes with putting yourself out there. Because people are going to judge you regardless of what you do, no matter what. And I remember I reached a point where I had to make a very important decision. Do I quit and stay safe in my comfort zone? Or do I keep pushing forward despite the fear and criticism? And choosing to keep pushing forward made all the difference. Had I stopped then, my life would be completely different because sticking to your comfort zone means that you will never know what you're truly capable of and you'll never be able to experience what's waiting for you on the other side. Number 3, don't buy into FOMO or the fear of missing out. And this one really tests your willpower or your discipline, but trust me, the payoff is really worth it. We live in a world where social media is bombarding us with images, with friends constantly going out, taking on luxury vacation, buying the latest car, and it feels like they're living what seems to be their best life. It put this relentless pressure on you to keep up, making you feel like if you're not doing the exact same thing, you're missing out. But here's the thing. Getting dragged into these temporary moments can end up sacrificing your long-term goals for temporary high. And I like to say this. Anybody can get a temporary win, but the big question is, can you take that temporary win and turn it into something permanent? Take social media, for example. Nowadays, people will do about anything to look good online and impress others. But more often than not, it's all for a short moment. They're not necessarily happy with what they're doing. They're just chasing that temporary high and validation. It's all about the here and now for them. On the flip side, when you focus on yourself and your own goals, your wins are not about impressing others or anyone else. They're about the hard work and dedication that you've put in. And these wins are built to last because they were built on real effort and commitment. Number 4, the millionaire's pyramid. So this concept has really changed the way I approach challenges and setback on my way to success. Whenever I hit a roadblock or a door doesn't open up for me, I think about the pyramid perspective. Imagine a pyramid where the bottom is wide, and as you climb higher, it gets narrower. This represents the journey to the top, and the level of difficulty increases as you go up. But here's the thing, the higher you climb, the less people makes it to the top as the pyramid gets narrower. The journey becomes tougher, and the challenges that you face are more significant. And most people gives up when things get hard, which is why the crowd gets smaller at each level of the pyramid. But here's the cool thing. the fewer the people you're competing with at a higher level, the bigger the reward you can get. Think about it this way. Every time you encounter a tough situation, that means that you're pushing yourself and you're moving upward to the top of the pyramid. The challenges get harder, which means you're getting closer and closer to your goals, and the reward is reaching to the top. And what you also have to understand is failure is a natural part of success. Everyone who's ever made it to the top had to fail at some point. There's no such thing as success, success, success. It's fail, 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 and then success. Or what I like to say is fail your way to success. But it's what you do after you fail that counts. If you fail and then you give up, well, you're just a failure. You just gave up. You didn't even bother to try again. Whereas if you fail, you re-strategize, you modify your plan, and then you go back out there and you try it again, well, you will eventually end up succeeding. Number 5, solutions, not problems. Focusing on solutions, not problems. And this one has been a massive game changer for me because I've noticed that trait among a lot of successful individuals. And this right here is what sets successful people apart from people who are not so successful. People who are not so successful spend most of the time complaining about their problems, whereas people who are successful, they are convinced that they are a solution to almost every problem, stating, what can I do to solve the problem I'm currently going through right now? Instead of sitting here getting held down by an obstacle, they find ways to overcome that obstacle. And let me be the first one to say I've experienced this firsthand. When I first started my YouTube channel, I had a lot of technical issues, content creation problems, the negative feedback in the comment. But instead of focusing on the problems, I focus on finding solutions like how can I make my video qualities better? How can I engage with my audience more? And this shift in mindset has made all the difference. Whereas on the flip side, if you focus on the problem, you create a snowball effect. I often like to say it doesn't take a genius to be at the bottom. Everyone is at the bottom for a reason because they do not know how to solve the problem that's causing them to be at the bottom to even start with. So what ends up happening is one problem leads to another problem, which leads to another problem. Now you have an overwhelming mountain of problems, which can paralyze you, even preventing you from taking any action at all. And there you have it, 5 millionaire habits that completely changed my life. And if you find this video informative, you gain any sort of value from this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and push the notification bell for more on sustainable fashion and personal finance. And I'll see you guys on my next video.